Welcome to our channel. Before we begin the video, I'd like to remind you how motivating it would be for us if you subscribe to our channel and support us. Enjoy watching. The reign of Hor-Aha, the second pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Introduction. Hor-Aha, often recognized as the second pharaoh of ancient Egypt's First Dynasty, succeeded Narmer, Menes, and played a pivotal role in the early consolidation of the Egyptian state. His reign, which is estimated to have occurred around 3100 BCE, marked a period of further unification, administrative organization, and cultural development. This video delves into Hor-Aha's life, his contributions to the early Egyptian state, his military campaigns, religious activities, and his legacy. Hor-Aha's ascendancy to the throne, historical background and lineage. Hor-Aha, believed to be the son of Narmer and Queen Nithotep, inherited the throne in a period marked by the foundational consolidation of Egypt's two lands, Upper and Lower Egypt. His ascendancy signifies the continuation of Narmer's policies and the stabilization of the newly unified Egypt. The precise length of his reign is debated, but it is generally accepted that he ruled for approximately 30 years. Coronation and symbolism. The coronation of Hor-Aha reinforced the divine kingship ideology. As with his predecessor, Hor-Aha was considered the earthly representative of the god Horus. His name, which means Horus the Fighter, emphasizes his role as a protector and unifier of Egypt. His reign saw the further development of symbols of kingship, which played crucial roles in legitimizing his rule. Queen Nithotep's influence. Queen Nithotep, believed to be Hor-Aha's mother, played a significant role during the early years of his reign. As a queen regent, her influence helped stabilize the throne during the transition of power. Her name, meaning Neith is satisfied, suggests her association with the goddess Neith, highlighting the importance of female figures in maintaining the divine order. Political and administrative developments. Centralization of power. Hor-Aha continued the process of centralizing power initiated by Narmer. He established a more structured administration, appointing officials and governors loyal to the central authority. This system allowed for more efficient tax collection, resource management, and control over the vast territories of Egypt. Establishment of Memphis. One of Hor-Aha's significant contributions was the establishment of Memphis, a city strategically located at the juncture of Upper and Lower Egypt. Memphis served as the administrative and political capital of Egypt for many dynasties. The founding of Memphis underscored the importance of unifying the cultural and administrative practices of the two regions. Development of legal and social systems. During Hor-Aha's reign, the legal and social systems of Egypt became more defined. The codification of laws and the establishment of a judicial system helped in maintaining order and stability. Social hierarchies became more pronounced, with a clear distinction between the roles of the pharaoh, the nobility, and the common people. Administrative innovations. Hor-Aha's administration saw innovations such as the development of an early form of bureaucracy. This included the creation of records and accounts, which were meticulously kept on clay tablets and papyrus scrolls. These records facilitated efficient governance and resource allocation, ensuring the stability and growth of the state. Regional governance. To manage the vast territories of Egypt, Hor-Aha appointed regional governors, known as nomarchs. These officials were responsible for overseeing local administration, collecting taxes, and maintaining order. This decentralized approach allowed for better management of resources and quick response to regional issues, contributing to the overall stability of Egypt. Military campaigns and expansion. Military strategy and campaigns. Hor-Aha is credited with several military campaigns aimed at securing Egypt's borders and expanding its influence. His military strategy involved fortifying borders, particularly in the Sinai region, and conducting expeditions into neighboring territories such as Nubia and Libya. These campaigns not only secured Egypt's frontiers but also facilitated trade and cultural exchanges. Naval expeditions. Naval expeditions played a crucial role in Hor-Aha's military strategy. The development of a fleet enabled Egypt to control trade routes and project power along the Nile and the Mediterranean coast. These expeditions helped in the acquisition of resources such as gold, copper, and exotic goods, which contributed to Egypt's wealth. Securing trade routes. Securing trade routes was vital for the prosperity of Hor-Aha's Egypt. The pharaoh ensured safe passage for merchants and traders by establishing military outposts and forging alliances with neighboring tribes. These efforts not only protected the economic interests of Egypt but also promoted cultural exchanges and the spread of Egyptian influence. Fortifications and defense. Hor-Aha's reign saw the construction of numerous fortifications and defensive structures along Egypt's borders. These fortifications protected against potential invasions and raids, ensuring the safety of the kingdom. Strategic military outposts were established in vulnerable areas, providing early warning systems and rapid response capabilities. Diplomacy and alliances. In addition to military campaigns, Hor-Aha employed diplomacy to secure Egypt's position. He established alliances with neighboring states and tribes, fostering peaceful relations and mutual cooperation. These alliances not only ensured stability but also facilitated trade and cultural exchange, enriching Egyptian society. Religious practices and contributions. Religious reforms in temples. Hor-Aha's reign saw significant religious developments. He commissioned the construction of temples and religious sites dedicated to various deities, particularly Horus. These constructions reinforced the divine nature of kingship and the pharaoh's role as a mediator between the gods and the people. Festivals and rituals. Religious festivals and rituals were integral to Hor-Aha's reign. He participated in numerous ceremonies that underscored his divine authority and ensured the favor of the gods. These rituals included offerings, processions, and the reenactment of mythological events. The said festival, a ritual of renewal celebrated during the king's jubilee, was also likely observed during his reign. The role of priests and temples. The role of priests and temples became more prominent during Hor-Aha's reign. He appointed high priests to oversee religious ceremonies and manage temple estates. These priests acted as intermediaries between the pharaoh and the gods, ensuring that the divine favor was maintained. Temples also served as centers of learning and culture, preserving religious texts and artistic traditions. Expansion of religious sites. Hor-Aha expanded the number of religious sites and temples across Egypt. These sites served as focal points for religious activities and community gatherings. The temples were adorned with elaborate carvings and inscriptions, depicting scenes of the pharaoh's divine interactions and reinforcing his sacred status. Integration of local cults. Hor-Aha promoted the integration of local cults and deities into the state religion. This approach helped unify the diverse beliefs of Egypt's population and strengthened the central authority. By recognizing and incorporating regional gods, Hor-Aha ensured the loyalty of various communities and solidified the cultural cohesion of his kingdom. Economic policies and trade. Agricultural advancements. Hor-Aha's economic policies were aimed at enhancing agricultural productivity. The fertile lands along the Nile were extensively cultivated, and irrigation systems were developed to maximize crop yields. These advancements ensured food security and supported the growing population. Trade networks. Trade networks established during Hor-Aha's reign facilitated the exchange of goods and ideas with neighboring regions. Egypt traded commodities such as grain, linen, and pottery in exchange for luxury items like incense, precious metals, and timber. These trade activities contributed to the prosperity of Egypt and the wealth of the pharaoh. Development of craftsmanship. The development of craftsmanship flourished under Hor-Aha's rule. Artisans produced intricate jewelry, pottery, and tools that reflected the high level of skill and creativity of the period. These items were not only used domestically but also traded with other civilizations, showcasing the artistic achievements of Egypt. Economic reforms. Hor-Aha implemented economic reforms to improve the efficiency of resource management. These reforms included the standardization of weights and measures, facilitating fair trade and commerce. The development of granaries and storage facilities ensured the availability of food supplies during periods of scarcity, contributing to the stability of the kingdom. Foreign trade relations. Hor-Aha's reign saw the establishment of formal trade relations with distant regions. These relations expanded Egypt's access to valuable resources such as cedar wood from Lebanon, myrrh from Punt, and lapis lazuli from Afghanistan. The exchange of goods not only enriched Egypt's economy but also fostered cultural interactions and technological advancements. Artistic and cultural achievements. Artistic development. Hor-Aha's reign witnessed significant artistic achievements. Artisans produced intricate jewelry, pottery, and tools that reflected the high level of craftsmanship of the period. The use of hieroglyphics became more standardized, aiding in record-keeping and communication. Architectural innovations. Architectural innovations during Hor-Aha's reign included the construction of large tombs and mastabas, which served as precursors to the later pyramids. These structures demonstrated advanced engineering skills and reflected the importance of the afterlife in Egyptian culture. Preservation of culture and knowledge. The preservation of culture and knowledge was a priority for Hor-Aha. He encouraged the recording of historical events, religious texts, and administrative records. Scribes played a crucial role in maintaining these records, ensuring that the achievements and traditions of his reign were documented for future generations. Development of writing. Hor-Aha's reign saw the further development of the hieroglyphic writing system. Scribes were trained in this complex script, which was used for recording religious texts, administrative documents, and historical records. The standardization of hieroglyphics facilitated communication and the preservation of knowledge across generations. Patronage of the arts. Hor-Aha was a patron of the arts, supporting the work of artisans and craftsmen. His reign saw the production of elaborate jewelry, pottery, and statues, which showcased the high level of skill and creativity of Egyptian artists. These artistic creations were used in religious ceremonies, burial practices, and as symbols of status and wealth. Cultural exchange. The trade networks established during Hor-Aha's reign facilitated cultural exchange with neighboring civilizations. Artistic styles, technological innovations, and religious ideas were exchanged through these interactions, enriching Egyptian culture and contributing to its development. Hor-Aha's death and succession. Tomb and burial practices. Hor-Aha was buried in a mastaba tomb at Abydos, a site that held religious significance for early dynastic rulers. His tomb, identified as B10, contained numerous artifacts, including pottery, jewelry, and tools. The burial practices reflected the beliefs in an afterlife and the importance of providing for the deceased in their journey to the next world. Funerary rituals. Funerary rituals for Hor-Aha were elaborate, reflecting his status as a divine ruler. These rituals included offerings, prayers, and the recitation of spells to ensure his safe passage to the afterlife. The tomb was filled with items believed to be necessary for his journey, including food, clothing, and symbolic objects. Succession and legacy. Hor-Aha was succeeded by his son Jer, who continued the policies and practices established by his father and grandfather. Hor-Aha's reign laid the groundwork for the prosperity and stability of Egypt's early dynastic period. His contributions to administration, military strategy, religion, and culture left a lasting impact on Egyptian civilization. Preservation of his memory. The memory of Hor-Aha was preserved through inscriptions and monuments erected by his successors. These records celebrated his achievements and ensured that his legacy was remembered by future generations. The continued reverence for Hor-Aha reflected the enduring significance of his reign in the history of ancient Egypt. Conclusion. Hor-Aha, the second pharaoh of ancient Egypt, played a crucial role in the early development of the Egyptian state. His reign was marked by political centralization, military campaigns, religious reforms, economic advancements, and cultural achievements. The legacy of Hor-Aha's reign continued to influence subsequent generations, contributing to the enduring greatness of ancient Egypt. References: Wilkinson, Toby. The Rise and Fall of Ancient Egypt. Bloomsbury, 2010, Shaw, Ian. The Oxford History of Ancient Egypt. Oxford University Press, 2000, Gardner, Alan. Egypt of the Pharaohs. Oxford University Press, 1961, Kemp, Barry J. Ancient Egypt, Anatomy of a Civilization. Routledge, 2006, Quirt, Stephen. Ancient Egyptian Religion. Dover Publications, 1992. If you enjoyed the content and would like to see more videos like this, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.